So I got to go to Antarctica. It's the last continent on my list, and for good reason. Only 0.07 of the population will ever see Antarctica. It is the rarest and most remote place on the planet, and I got to go with one of the most exceptional companies in the world. So let me show you what that's all about. You're first going to have to make it down to Buenos Aires, which if you're like me, you're going to want to tack on a few extra days to enjoy this amazing city. Quark secured a room for me at the super comfortable and elegant 5-star Emperador Hotel, which is conveniently located just north of the quirky San Telmo and just east of the hip Palermo area. Buenos Aires is a sublime city which is easily walkable to see all its charm, like these concrete Ottoman benches. This is a city where music happens between parked cars and art literally lines the streets. Their bookstores are stunning converted opera houses, and all their museums, from their modern art to their less tread city museum, which happens to have a secret rooftop, are absolute delights. The Central Cemetery is an incredible place to visit as well, if not just to stop by Evita Perón's tomb and not shed a tear. From their stunning fragrance shops to their cavernous antique malls, you can find lots to take home with you as well. There are world-class clubs that go hard all night and cute cafes on every corner to soothe your hangover in the morning. Then there's a cuisine scene like no other. This is Don Julio, the second best restaurant in the world, which is incredible, but truth be told, the locals told me about a little gem on Calle Peña, which was better and at a fraction of the cost. $20 for 2 prime cuts, including desserts and a bottle of wine, is no joke. All I'm saying is, anywhere you eat here is going to be fantastic. Overeating is a constant here, but fortunately Fernet runs in the streets to aid in digestion. And if you get sick of steak, well, then you can try a burger at Banco Rojo, which is honestly to die for. Oh, they also have this Kentucky Fried Chicken knockoff that sells pizza, but I'm not too sure about it. I would have checked it out, but it was time to go to Ushaia, the southernmost city in the world, and start the adventure. The journey begins in the lobby, where the Quark team takes you on a chartered 4-hour flight, getting you in early to enjoy this unique and quaint little city. As your ship is readied, you have a couple of hours to enjoy town, and you can even get your passport stamped if you stop by the post office. Just don't tell customs. Now you're free to roam and enjoy the colorful vistas and murals that line the streets. You can meet some new friends or do some very tasty window shopping. My god, they have little chocolate penguins. It's so cute. Ushuaia was a surprisingly cosmopolitan and affluent town, considering it's literally on the edge of the earth. There are cool breweries and cafes pretty much on every corner to explore. One unique spot not to miss is the Presidio and Maritime Museum. While the Maritime Museum was mainly a lot of model boats in various states of disrepair and this jaunty fellow that seemed to watch me no matter where I went, the Presidio Museum was a beautiful example of dark tourism, basically letting you wander the halls of this wheel-spoke prison that was modeled after the famous Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Personally, I found it a beautiful reminder of how lucky I was to be free, as I finally got to board the Ultramarine and wave goodbye to our launch crew. Once on board, we had a quick orientation, well, quite literally, and we set sail before we knew it, across the infamous Drake Passage. We traveled well through the day and overnight, and eventually started to see signs of the Great White Continent, greeted with the splendor of dramatic icy landscapes in every direction that we looked. Golden sun blanketed the snow and fire, and towering icebergs just off the ship's bow were a daily occurrence. The entire ship would stand on the observation decks just to watch us thread the channel of ice and rock, always on the lookout for wildlife in the distant horizon. We were surrounded by sheer beauty. The ship itself is quite a marvel. The Ultramarine is the newest ship in the Quark fleet and comes equipped with all the most advanced features and bells and whistles that you could possibly want on a polar exploration. Most days you could hop up to the bridge and see the crew do their magic as the ship effortlessly injects us into the most remote places on the planet. What's truly amazing is that you do all of this in complete luxury. The rooms from the basic cabin to the suites are 5-star quality, fully equipped with a full media library and all the delights and comforts of home. It can almost make you forget that you're in one of the most hostile environments on the planet. I mean, the bathroom floors are heated here. It's better than my apartment back home. There's even a lovely little boutique shop where you can find quite literally any little necessity that you might have forgotten at home. The ship's common spaces are beautiful as well. Here you can sit back and relax or mingle with new friends. You can even check in with the rest of the world since the ship has high-speed satellite internet, which is really nothing short than amazing. There are daily lectures on various subjects, but I personally spent most of my free time at their gym, which not only had a full line of modern equipment to work any muscle, including my golf muscle, but some of the best views on the ship. And when it's time to relax, well, the Ultramarine has you covered with their world-class spa. Here you can find your zen in lightning speed and ultimate comfort. The only real problem with this amenity is that your mouth tends to dry out quickly in the sauna since your jaw is constantly dropped from the view. I mean, look at that. Then there's the food. 3 meals daily offering more variety than you could ever possibly hope for. All this is done in an absolutely beautiful setting with a constant pour of excellent wine. And listen, if you want to get 3 main courses, then do it. I mean, exploring builds up an appetite, am I right? They even have tea and amazing coffee service on board next to the Panorama Lounge, whose full bar and savvy bartenders can make you the perfect cocktail no matter what's your poison. And at night, there's always something fun going on. It might be game night or an impromptu conga line, or maybe just a chill game of cards in the lounge with some new friends. There's also an exquisite library, chock full of amazing tomes to thumb through, some of which retelling the story which is right in front of your face. It's kind of unbelievable. While the ship itself is its own destination, the true marvel of this cruise is getting out into the wild and exploring a part of the Earth that only a very, very small fraction of humans will ever see. The land and seascape here are overwhelmingly beautiful and majestic. Quark's crew are like surgeons the way they navigate this ever-changing terrain, skillfully bringing you right into the most ethereal locations that you have ever seen. They also offer you the chance to get even closer to the adventure with sea kayaking or even paddleboarding, which can afford some life-changing moments with nature. And if you want to get even closer, then doing a polar plunge is really your only option. Here, tied to a line, you're let loose into the frigid ocean, just 1 degree above being an ice cube. The feeling is, in a word, electrifying, and you've never earned a shot of grain alcohol more in your life, that's for sure. One amenity that is unique to the Ultramarine and not to be found on any other vessel in its class are the 2 twin-engine helicopters it keeps on its top deck. These are truly the height of modern avionics and allow guests, when the conditions are right, to explore areas of the continent that are simply unreachable by any other methods. This means you can explore areas that have never been touched by humans before, which is a feeling that is truly unique and, frankly, indescribable. But the true highlight of the journey are the shore landings, which has everyone in complete awe. This is your chance to get up close and personal with the vibrant wildlife that calls Antarctica home. Some days you might do a hike across snowfields and glaciers to epic vistas and panoramas. Other days perhaps visit an original outpost that has been literally frozen in time. Anytime you hit the shore with Quark, you're guaranteed an indelible memory. Cruising around on the Zodiacs, you are always on the hunt for animals, and there are plenty. From playful seals to majestic whales whose song literally reverberates through your body. You might even see a lounging seal or even a pack of killer whales looking for a meal. But for me, the real treat was the penguins, which Antarctica is simply lousy with. There is no end to the characteristic show they put on for you. Not having even 1 ounce of fear in their body for their new visitors. From Gentoo to Chinstrap to Delhi, they come in many varieties, each one cuter and more lovely than the next. And finally, after nearly 2 weeks, it's time to return back to South America. But not without a final goodbye. The staff and crew come out to say their dues, and you get a chance to reminisce about all the epic accomplishments and adventures that you've had with your new friends. There are parties throughout the day and well into the night. Champagne-soaked celebrations where everyone comes out to cheer and give thanks for the amazing memories not ever to be forgotten. And this is what Quark does best. It makes these memories that you simply cannot do alone, bringing you to the edge of the world so that you can take its beauty back to your corner of the planet.